Hey everybody, Slay here. Going to be taking out this Tier 9 German attacker, the 1099 B-2. And I kind of have one goal with this video. One is to show you a decent game, but really it's to show you that you can play a GA and you can make huge missteps in the game and still pull it off. So this just kind of goes to prove my point that I've always said about GAs, that pretty much anybody can play them. They really are kind of almost, I don't want to use the word cancerous, but they are definitely a burden to this game. And this is why you should limit the flights to one GA or one bomber per flight. Just like you did with World of Tanks. In World of Tanks you have one artillery per flight. In World of Warships you have one carrier per whatever they call it in ships. In World of Warplanes you should definitely have one GA, one bomber. But just gonna show you guys a decent game here in my 1099 B-2. So this plane is definitely one of the better Tier 9 ground attackers. I do like the IL-40 a ton. I like it a lot more for killing air targets. If there's something on my tail, I feel a lot beefier in it. But this plane has so much speed that it just makes it a really fun plane to play. So if you're going down the German GA line and you find yourself just kind of hating the Tier 8 329, which is actually a good plane. You're going to find people who hate it, you're going to find people who like it. If you're one of the people that don't like it, don't fret. Once you get to Tier 9 and especially Tier 10, it gets better. So you have a few options with this plane. With the plane you have a 50 for its middle gun, and then you end up with these 30s that I'm using here. I've played it both ways. If you're going to use the 50, you're primarily going to be just focusing ground targets. If you choose to go these 30s, you actually have a chance at killing other GAs and air targets that are around you. So I myself would like to, obviously use the 30s. So I got killed there pretty early on in the command center. I'm flying with Zem here. He's in his Goblin. He's kind of just loitering over the middle, and that thing's a monster if it gets in the middle. Just look at those teeth. It's definitely a monster. So I realize here, okay, I need to go to the mining plant, because if we don't get that mining plant, and they have the mining plant the majority of the game, then they're obviously gonna, beat the crap out of us and score. So I make use of this this plane's key feature. Again, what I said earlier, it's a speed. You can go up to 700 or 701, depending on what angle of attack you're at. This thing is just so fast. It's so much faster than the Russian GA. And the Tier 10 keeps its speed, so it's just definitely a fun plane to play. So I go in, I see there's an IL-40 here, and he crashed. So I kind of, mock him in my head. I'm like, oh, the enemy already crashed. This is going to be decent. So, pretty standard here, what I'm about to do. Come in. You always want to go for the middle right away. I'm just trying to strafe off these targets so I can come in, let my bombs reload, and just kind of rack up as much points as I can, and just kill what you can with these 30s. You can kill the heavier targets with the 30s, so it's not that bad. But I generally like to just shoot the light targets with these guns because it's a one-hit kill. So I drop a single bomb there, which is more than enough to take that, and drop one here. Again, more than enough. These bombs are very heavy hitting, and the nice thing about these bombs, again, once you get to Tier 10, the reload's only like 90 seconds. So I come here. This should pretty much be my cap, right? I got caused a huge explosion there, a lot of smoke. I drop both my bombs, start pulling up, and right into the damn reactor, whatever that is. Huge misstep. I was left alone at that mining plant. Nothing there but terrain and me. I should have, not crashed there. I kind of got a little, I don't want to use the word cocky, but I got definitely overconfident in my pass there. And now things are kind of looking grim for us. Their bomber flight's about to push into our command center. We have no other cap. They have the airfield. Zem was off chasing off the bombers. The airfield's in their hands. The mining plant's not been taken yet. I'm finally getting to respawn, and I have to go back. Definitely huge, sigh here because there's nothing worse when you're flying a GA and you have one job, and it's an easy job, mind you. Flying a GA is not hard by any means, but I kind of like to fly low in them, not because it's useful, but because it kind of keeps it interesting, if that makes any sense. Um, you know, it's, I don't want to call it boring, but it is kind of boring to play a GA. But if you want to make it interesting, I like to, you know, get little close calls here and there. I guess I'm a thrill seeker in my GA. So that's why I flew so low to that building. And I almost repeated again, to be honest with you, which would have been really embarrassing. I don't think I would have showed this video if I crashed twice. But here I'm going to demonstrate that the 30s can definitely wipe out other GA. This is me just plucking out this IL-40 out of the sky. And I think that's the same IL-40. He plays another role in the end of the game. We'll save that to the end though. So again, fly through, we're in on bomb respawn, going through, strafing everything that I can. That's a one-hit kill. Take out some things that aren't. And I'm coming back. And unfortunately, the middle is respawn. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to soften it up with my bombs, or sorry, with my guns. But I'm going to drop some bombs here. And look at me getting so close to this building, and holy moly, I'm pretty sure I hit that building. But you know what? The game didn't register it, so I'm going to just play it cool. I'm going to act like it didn't happen. Yeah. Two things that I do wrong in this plane a lot is I throttle back in a low turn, and you could actually stall very low. I'm talking like you're not even 100 meters off the ground, and you could stall in this thing. Granted, again, it's all based on your kilometers per hour, but this thing slows down super fast. So it's a very fast plane. It's got a higher stall speed than most planes at this tier, most GA. And you can definitely control that and make yourself stall super fast if you just throttle back and hold it too long in a turn. So that's one mistake I do all the time in this plane. I'm going to warn you now, if you do get this plane, even the tier 10, be careful when you're throttling back. But here I am. I've had two horrible missteps this game. I crashed. I got killed in the first cap I was in. I feel like I haven't done much, but somehow I'm still around 10k score right now. I don't know how I pulled that off. I definitely don't feel I need to be there, like I don't deserve it. But it is what it is. My goal here is just to show you this plane and show you that it's really an easy plane to play, and it is a huge game changer for the game when you're in it. Even if you're having bad missteps, you know, granted, can I do more in IL-40? Sure. But the IL-40 is not going to get to the target as quick as this plane. Nowhere close. So I'm coming through, again, soft targets, hit the big dish, always go for the biggest target. That's going to give you the most points. You know, drop a couple bombs there, easily dodge everything that's there. And one thing I do here, you know, if I would have came in more of a horizontal straight line, I would have been able to knock out both those dishes pretty easily. My initial pass here is pretty weak, and that's very weak. But if you look what's happening in the background, they have both command centers. It's really a pain in the ass game for them right now. There's nothing worse than you're one guy and you're trying to fight off two different bomber flights from taking things. I realized, okay, I'm not going to outturn this guy. See how I stalled there? That's exactly what I was talking about. I throttled back in my turn, and I realized, okay, at this point, I need to just drop a bomb, take this anti-air post that I just killed, and I need to straighten out because I'm about to get killed by some air defense aircraft. I see that guy's low behind me, so I'm going to just use my rear guns, or side guns in this case, to take him out. This plane has a top gun and two side guns. And there's the mountain again. Don't hit it. So they have the mining plant. Yes, we have 3 caps, but if they were to get this next tick in about a minute and a half, they would actually win the game. So I'm flying right back to that mining plant. Their bombers had taken it, and I realized, you know, I have to take this mining plant back. Again, this plane has amazing speed. But Zem, thankfully, is clearing up. If you look on the minimap right now, he's got 2 red near him. There's 3 targets left total. he's going to wipe them both out with the assistance of the bots. And there's going to be just one player left here in a minute. And it's going to be our buddy, the IL-40, from the beginning of the game that I killed. So here he is. It's Squall right now. It's nearing the end of the game, 550 to 540. There's that IL-40 again that I killed earlier. And, you know, he's the last target. Nothing better than being able to secure the last target in this plane. Would have been tragic if he tailgunned me here, but he just doesn't. This plane is so amazing for what it does. I had to basically spin up there and get my gun sights on him. So I pulled up Hero of the Sky, Hungry Pack, Airwolves, Flying Revenge Badge, Thunder, Hero, Unstoppable, Effective Fire, Flying Exterminator, Wing Legend, Rear Cover, Avalanche, Self-Defense Magic, Subjugator, and Conqueror. So it just goes to show you guys, you can play like complete dump in this plane and in most GA, and you're going to still pull off ridiculous scores, a ton of medals, a token for this. It's I almost feel dirty playing it. It's almost as bad as, you know, going and seal clubbing in low tiers. There's a reason there's some of my lowest played games of all my planes is my low tiers, because I don't do it. I love my XP31, but I don't play it as much as most people. I definitely like to stick to the high tier, and I really, you know, just prefer flight up, hang out with a friend, and just do what you can. This was on a ×3 weekend, so I got 12,500 experience and around 160k credits, so not bad. I did 92k damage to ground targets, which is pretty dang good. A lot of gun strafing there. Did about just under 4k to air targets there. Shout out to you, Juggernaut Man. I'm sorry you got the raw end of the deal there. I faced you many times, and you just, yeah, I wish you would flight up with people, because you always seem to be facing us 2v1, which is no fun, man. But anyways, guys, this was the 1099 B-2. Such an amazing plane. Again, I told you guys you have a 50. I ran the 430s, and you have you know, 3 20s for your rear gun, and just a ton of speed. It makes it for a really fun plane. But thank you for watching. Again, this is 1099 B-2, and sign out. You guys have a good night. Take care.